Hello guys and welcome to Steve Knows. We have a ton of great virtual reality news stories that I want to share with you today. We've got rumours, we've got games coming soon, we've got VR for good. There's just so much here, so let's get started. Let's start off with a game coming to the Oculus Quest called Theta Legion. It did come to the Rift platform last year at the end of 2019. This is an old school retro inspired shooter from the Doom or the Quake era, as it combines that 2D pixel art with 3D environments to create a very unique style. This is an updated version of the Go game, but it has a huge overhaul to suit the game for the modern virtual reality platform. This is from the Garage Collective as well, which is a developer that recently have just shown off a trailer for Stones of Harlov, another pixelated title, so that seems to be their style, and I'm not complaining, I love those kind of games. So in this title, you play a member of the Space Foreign Legion, investigating a plot to terminate humanity. The game is split into several missions, and according to developers, it will not be easy. So prepare to die a lot until you are good enough to reach the heart of the corporation and end their sinister plans. This game is expected to come to the Oculus Quest in the summer of 2020, so more games to the Quest, I can't complain, happy days. A new thing on SideQuest now where you are able to play the Game Boy Color from back in the day, the OG Game Boy Color, in virtual reality. So you're put in this photorealistic environment and you also have a Game Boy in your hand. And this Game Boy is very realistic looking. You have light reflections on the screen, so it has that real experience of how we used to try and find the right lighting in order to play the damn thing back in the day. You can also change the color of your Game Boy, the size of it as well. Of course, you will need to find your own ROMs and put them on the file system on the Oculus Quest, but I'm not allowed to tell you where to find them, otherwise I get in trouble, but give it a Google. Onto a virtual reality for good story now for an application that's going to be coming out on the 29th of June that is going to improve the accessibility of virtual reality and allow many other people to enjoy this platform. I love this story. So people with disabilities can now enjoy the platform, be more inclusive thanks to WalkinVR. Say a user is in a wheelchair, it may be difficult for them to physically turn or move while in virtual reality. With WalkinVR, the user could be assisted by a third party, an external user, who isn't in the VR headset, who uses an Xbox controller to make movements or positional adjustments for the in-game VR player. Or the WalkinVR also provides options to bind movement options to the controller buttons, enabling the user to use a virtual reality controller to simulate any required real-life movements that they may need because they cannot actually physically perform them. It doesn't stop there either. If you have a Kinect and you want to use the full body tracking because you have someone who has skeletal problems or they don't have hands or the ability to actually grip or use controllers, you can make use of this walking application as well and enable them to still play virtual reality games with the use of their body movement. I love this idea. It's something I'm guilty of, for taking for granted, and I didn't think of this. A whole demographic that's actually now able to experience this virtual reality platform that we're all so crazy about. I'm so happy to hear this and know that people are going to be enabled to do things that they weren't able to do and experience things that they wouldn't otherwise be able to experience. This is virtual reality for good. Thank you. Let's talk about the Iron Man experience now because it is out very soon on July 3rd, and this is a big Marvel AAA virtual reality experience, and recently there had been an interview, Upload interviewed the developers, and we got some nice information on the game. So in this, you'll get to embody Tony Stark and be in the Iron Man suit, thanks to the people over at Camouflage. They've recently spoken out about the game's length, and we can expect a nice big chunky 8 to 10 hours of gameplay, with the structure of the game taking a traditional gaming approach where you have big climactic battles, and then you'll have a moment of story, or you'll be back at your home hub, a more calming moment before diving back into the madness. There will also be side missions available and challenges for you to perfect your skills. You're even able to customize your suit as well. That's fantastic. Not long to wait now, a couple of weeks, and we can enjoy Iron Man virtual reality on the PlayStation platform. It seems like Facebook just want to buy everything now. They just buy all the studios that they possibly can, and they have just bought another one Ready at Dawn. I feel like they probably would have bought Insomniac Games as well before Sony snatched them up. Ready at Dawn is a big developer in both the pancake and the VR space. If you are an Oculus fan, this is obviously great for you. You're going to get good, great exclusive titles, but they may not be exclusive, but it's likely. Ready at Dawn is known for their virtual reality title Lone Echo, and also other games like Echo Arena, all games that are in zero gravity. Oculus now owns Sanzaru Games, who made Asgard's Wrath, a massive game, Beat Studios, who made Beat Saber, a big game, and Ready at Dawn, who makes Lone Echo and Echo Arena, more big games. This is one of those stories that's up for discussion because Oculus can obviously claim all of these titles, all of the games that these studios produce in the future to be exclusives for their platform, or they can leave it like they have with Beat Saber, where they have it on all the platforms and they can make a absolute killing. I'd like to know your thoughts on this because I have a feeling it's kind of just Facebook trying to back themselves up because they can't create something that Valve had. Half-Life Alyx, to know that your competitor is able to create virtual reality titles such as that, you're gonna want to back up your resources for sure. So maybe buying studios is their way of doing that, and they know that games sells systems. So perhaps for their next generation of virtual reality headsets, we're gonna see some more epic games, and I'm excited for that. But I do feel for people who don't own Oculus headsets and will have to use third-party apps in order to play these games. But at least those third-party apps exist and you will be able to play them. But let me know your thoughts, because I know some people are frustrated about this, don't like using those apps and such. So comment down below. Let's talk about CyberPunk 2077, because there are some rumors going around since an image popped up that has some pretty interesting stuff in it. Way back, CyberPunk 2077, when asked about virtual reality, kind of laughed at it and said the market wasn't big enough. But what's interesting, the game has been delayed, and people are speculating as to why this is. Is the game not ready? Are they trying to align it with the release of the PlayStation 5? Or, because of this new image, is it to add virtual reality support? And wouldn't that be fantastic? A first-person title like this in this huge open world with virtual reality support, it's gonna be a must-play if this is true. So the image in this promotional picture of CyberPunk 2077, we see two catwalk minis in the background. Now, why would they be there? Hopefully it's them testing out the support for the catwalk, especially now they've just released the commercial version, and that's out for October. So people will have the commercial catwalk, CyberPunk VR support, and a PlayStation 5. That would mean that the developers of CyberPunk have really covered their bases. They've got the entire market spread out to make some money back on this game. I hope this is true. I'd love to play CyberPunk 2077 with a high-end GPU in virtual reality. It will be so good. I hope this is true. Let me know what you think down below. Let's talk about a new game coming to the Oculus Quest now, and this one's called Shooty Skies, a trailer just released online with one of your favorite YouTubers who commonly do, or often does, mixed reality videos, great mixed reality videos. So I'll put a link to their channel down below if you want to check that out. Shooty Skies is a room-scale shooter inspired by 1980s arcades from Mighty Games. And that sounds good to me. So many retro-inspired titles recently, and I love it. So you are placed in many retro, bright, fun environments as you shoot waves of enemies with rather amusing weapons that have funny designs. Like there's a plane with cats in it. You also have a yo-yo, a chainsaw if you pick up those additional power-ups. You also have a shield to block oncoming fire. It just really is a classic old school arcade game vamped for virtual reality. There's little things for you to enjoy as well, such as when you blow up this enemy, all the debris of the explosion are these little Tetris blocks. I think that's brilliant. This title is going to be cross-buy for the Rift and Quest platform and should be coming out on July the 2nd. So that's it from me today, guys. Thanks for watching to the end of the video, getting caught up on the latest and greatest. So please stick around for next time, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the latest and greatest virtual reality games news and reviews. Thanks to my patrons, you absolute legends. Happy gaming, guys. Good day.